All right, let's see how I can screw up this first one. Oh, let's do it. Welcome. Yeah, we are here with our first episode of Behind the Horns. I'm Ben Atkins, and yeah, let's do this. So we have had this really cool business, Fearless Social, for like 5 years now. I started off as a chiropractor, and way back in the day, I was the guy that you would come and see if you had some back pain, neck pain, and I built a really big business with Facebook. And that was pretty much the whole game. We started off, I didn't have any money, no cash to really build this thing. But we started off with Facebook and we used social media to grow our business. So pretty quickly after that happened, moved into this whole gig of teaching other people how we did that. So before long, I looked up and that had turned into a multi-million-dollar business of helping other people grow their business with Facebook, and they were getting results too. So we were doing pretty good. And then you have this really crappy thing that happens where you start just getting kind of stagnant, right? You start getting bored. You start hitting this kind of line where you're like, how can we reach out and touch more people? How can we help more people? How can we be out there a little bit more? So came the idea of this show, this Behind the Horns thing. It was sort of we do all this online work, we do all this testing. I pretty much get paid to learn how to do cool things with the internet to grow businesses. That's my day in and day out, is I get to just sit in front of a computer and research and go talk to business owners. And that's my gig, and that's how we've made money. That's how we've made our customers money, and we've continued to grow because of that. But I was like, how can we get in and we can really talk to people and we can get some good feedback and I can get to know people better and they can get to know me better and they can get to know our company and all the people that work in our company. So we decided, hey, we're going to start shooting this show. That's the best thing I can come up with is a show. And we've done podcasts, we've done blog posts, we do social media like crazy. That's our main thing. But we thought, why don't we do this show and start putting it together, and we'll see what comes out of it. So we put this together, and it's going to get better, I promise. I'm sure this is totally horrible and hard to watch, but I promise it'll get better. So that's sort of what we're doing there. And now that you understand where I came from, what the show's about, let's get into a thing that we like to do. We have this audience, right? There's a group of people that trust us because we've busted our ass for them and we've taught them a lot of cool things about how to grow their business. And what we like to do is every so often we like to go in and we like to answer questions. So we've got a few questions that we put a poll out on Friday inside of one of our private Facebook groups and my Facebook page, and you can see a link to that somewhere close to this. But we ask, hey, if you had a question, send it in, we'll answer. So we've got some questions and we're going to jump in and let's answer those questions now. So Sabrina's going to read us some questions.
Robert asks, you are just starting out and you have a huge bag of shiny objects. Been through multiple masterminds and read all the motivational sales books you could get your hands on, and yet still to have 1 cent of income. How do you focus or direct your message to one selected niche? How do you select just one niche to target?
So, Robert, that's a great question, but the answer is super easy. You are not getting a return on your investment from all these programs, all these people you're following, all these things that have become a part of. The reason you're not making any money off of it is because what's here is not right with you. And you don't know where you're going, and you're looking for someone else out there to tell you what to do. Now, you're a damn adult, man. And listen, I say that with all due respect, but you were an adult and nobody is getting paid every day to tell you what to do as an adult. You don't get paid to go, hey, where am I going to go eat lunch? Treat your business that same way. You got to get out there and you absolutely have to just say, you know what? This is what I'm doing. This is the niche that I sort of like. This is the industry that I sort of like. I'm decent at helping people do this. Or if maybe you think you're not decent at anything, because I hear that a lot. That's a bullshit excuse, but I hear that a lot. I don't care. Pick something. Pick something and then go find someone that is in that industry and say, hey, what problem are you having? What's the biggest problem? So for instance, like the big thing for me is, when I'm a chiropractor way back in the day, how did we become successful? Well, it wasn't saying, everybody out there who has a problem, neck pain, whatever, we just said, hey, I'm seeing a lot of people out there that, are this demographic. The few people that were coming into my office initially, they all sort of looked alike. That's what was crazy. They are all females. They were like 25 to 40, and they all sort of had the same problems. Now we had other, stuff going on. So I started asking, I was like, what's the main thing that bugs you? And we started getting really good answers. So I started tailoring my advertising, my marketing, everything to that specific group of people. I'm like, well, if I'm attracting these people just out of the gate with what I'm doing, then there's got to be a reason. Maybe I should play into that strength. So I started tailoring my advertising to go for that demographic and that problem that the demographic had. And then everybody that we hired after, the massage therapist, or, we had a weight loss person that helped people lose weight. Everybody after that, that's what I told them to do. I was like, don't worry about all these other people. Pick one and go after them. So, get away from niche so much. And I want you to focus on like someone in your life and a problem they're having and see if you can help them solve that problem. Moral of the story, you got to man up and you got to pick something, because nobody's going to pick anything for you. The second you pick something and you pick a person, a type of person with a type of problem, and it's one specific thing that you want to help, you will find the mastermind. You will find the courses that actually help you do that. Your problem right now is that you are waiting for a course to sort of put you in the right direction, or a person to push you in the right direction. You got to pick what you want to do, and then the rest is going to actually present itself. So hopefully that helps. All right, what do we got next?
Sandy asks, how do you cultivate your ideas for the next product?
Sandy. Okay, Sandy, that's a great question. How do you cultivate your next product? It's connections, right? When you are in a business and you've already had maybe one success or a small couple of successes, the easiest way for you to grow in your business, easiest is to create a new product, obviously. So how do you come up with those products? So that's a really good question. I ask my customers, like, what else? I helped you with this. What else do you have that you're struggling with? Where are you stuck? And believe it or not, they help you. So with me, in my business, we have software, we have courses that teach you how to do things to grow your business. I go to my help desk. I say, when people go through our courses, where are they struggling? What are they asking for? Where are we dropping the ball in our trainings? Or is there a piece of software that could help these folks when they're asking questions? So, honestly, we're going to our existing customers and they tell us, they say, I wish you guys would put this out. That'd be great. And if we hear enough of, I wish you all would put this out, that is a clear indication that our type of customer, where they're at in their business, that's a clear indication that they need that thing. And that's the next thing that we go do. And if I'm not any good at it, which most of the time I'm not any good at the thing that they ask, then we go find the person that is the best at it and we pay them money to create the course or pay them money to train me how to do something. And then I go on a tear trying to learn this thing so that I can convey that information and teach it. So really, the answer to the question is go to a real life human being and ask them. If you need to create a product and you don't know what to create next, what your customers need, go ask. Literally go ask them. If you go ask your customers where they're struggling, what they wish you had a solution for, they'll tell you. And if you don't have customers yet, maybe you're brand new or you're looking to go into a business, go find someone that is struggling with something that's related to what you want to do. And usually it's picking the phone up, and most people won't do that because it's awkward, right? Go pick the damn phone up. Pick the phone up and ask. Have a list of questions and say, hey, I was wondering about this. What are you struggling with? You're a basketball player and, you play, high school ball, right? So there you go. What is something you struggle with? Well, I'm having trouble shooting free throws. I need to be more consistent, or I get tired. I don't feel like I'm in good enough shape. They'll tell you the things that are bothering you, and then you can go figure it out. So there you go. Hopefully that helps you understand my product creation process, how I pick a new product, and why we've been so successful. Is I continually ask our customers, what do you need next? What are you missing? What have we not provided for you that you're not finding anywhere else, or that you've not been happy with what you found somewhere else? And that's how we do it. So very good. All right, Sabrina, what's our next question?
Jeremy asks, can you share your top 10 books that influence your business and life?
That's a good one. I actually get this question a lot. Everybody always wants to know what books I read, what books my staff reads, what's sort of the thing that powers us. And we've always thought that, you can't grow unless you're reading good stuff every day. And so instead of just answering what are my top 10 books, we decided to do something that we were going to start when we actually started doing this show, whatever this show is. We decided, every week, why don't we give away the books that have influenced us? And so every week we're going to do that. So first week we're going to be doing this, and this is kind of fun because I'm going to actually be on a plane here towards the end of this week, and I'm going to be flying out to Las Vegas for a speaking gig for a good friend of mine, Chris Record, and he's throwing an event, always a good time. And so when I get on and I get out there, we're actually going to be giving away our first book from Las Vegas. So the first book that we are giving away is one that it's one of those things where it just sort of gives you a wake-up call when you're not doing what you need to be doing. So like I got my start with social media, right? And pretty quickly I grew 2 or 3 different businesses with the power of social media. And then I sort of got into, the day-to-day stuff, and I sort of let the social media stuff slip until I picked this book up, and probably something that a lot of our audience has read before, but we're going to be giving this book away. So this is Jab, Jab, Right Hook. Jab, 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 Right Hook. Sorry, I left a jab out. By Gary V. So Gary Vaynerchuk. I always screw up Gary's name, but I'm a big fan of what is in this book and what he's written, and I'm just starting to get into a lot of his stuff that he's got online. So the thing that I really like about this book is when I went through it, it reminded me how powerful social media is. And everybody sort of talks about how powerful it is, but this really went in, and I was like, okay, like we are doing social media wrong, and we've been doing it wrong for about 2 years. When I was first doing social media, we did it exactly like it's written in this book. And this is sort of your instruction manual to social media. It really is how to do it and how to get on there and not be so annoying and pitchy. And this book really sort of got me back in the mode of doing what I knew I needed to be doing instead of, just always expecting a transaction at the end of every social media interaction. So long story short, we're giving this book away, and we're going to be giving away several copies of this book. The beautiful part about what's inside of this book, and what I really loved about this book, is it gives you case studies. Not only does it tell you sort of what you need to be doing on social media, but it gives you case studies of brands that are actually doing it right. So we're going to be giving that book away, and I think it's fun. But Jab, 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 Right Hook, great book by Gary V, and can't recommend it enough. So there you go. Yeah, hopefully we got a few questions answered. We're giving away some stuff. We got our first show out of the way. There it is, right? So yeah, I'll be honest, I have no idea how to end these shows. I've not gotten to that yet, but instead of waiting around to figure out how to end a show, because we always do podcasts, we always do those fun things, and it's sort of this structured thing. With this, we're going a little more free form with it, which I kind of like. So instead of having some cool ending, with a call to action, we're just going to end the show in sort of an awkward way. Does that work? Okay, cool. So thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll see you on the next one.